Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Stretford Paddock for another episode of Paper Talk. Bit of news coming in today, bit of actual news rather than the normal paper circulation. We're unfortunately forced to give you guys because it's slow news. But a bit of news today. We're going to start off, what everyone's been talking about. Bruno Fernandes. Big Bruno as well. When's it going to happen? Is he going to play tonight for Sporting against Benfica? Is he going to sign in the end? A lot of talk about whether the fee's not going to be agreed. It's add-ons. They want players. We're not going to give them players. Little bit of news with regards to that. Gonzalo Lopez of TVI reporting in the last 10 hours, contrary to what we heard yesterday, Silas, the head coach of Sporting, near enough said that Bruno was 100% going to be playing on Friday night against Benfica. That's what we're kind of holding on to him for. Obviously a massive crunch game in the Portuguese league there as well. But Gonzalo Lopez reporting that Bruno admits not to play against Benfica. He's pressuring Sporting to go to Man United. And given that it's a Friday, I wouldn't be surprised to hear at least some sort of official announcement from United today. They do often like to announce deals on Fridays, going into the weekend, so on and so forth. So, I'd be surprised if we didn't hear anything a little more concrete. But judging by what the papers are saying, everything is all but official, to be honest. Let us know what you guys are thinking in the comments as well. A lot of talk. Is Bruno the right fit? Would he play as like a 6 or a 10 or an 8? Where he's going to fit into that team? Personally, I think he's going to be playing 10 right in behind the front three. But again, let me know what you guys are saying as well. Conrad saying, in the summer, it was all just Portuguese press making it out that it was us, but there was no desire from United, so it's only one window. Yeah, a lot of people saying as well that, the reports are there that I don't think there was any concrete interest in the summer for Bruno Fernandes. Now, we've chatted about this in the office as well, that the fact that Paul Pogba's injury has kind of forced United's hand into getting someone in January is the reason that we're seeing this, whether it's reignited or new interest in Bruno Fernandes, we don't know. But the injury to Paul Pogba has been pretty much one of the main reasons, I think, that this deal has gone through. No one really expected Paul Pogba to have only played, 6 games this season. It looks like he's possibly played his last game for United. We don't know. We saw Oli last season with the likes of Ander Herrera when he turned down the contract, stopped playing him for a while. We saw it with there's a lot of talk of Angel Gomez's contract situation this season, how he's not been perhaps playing as much as we first thought, and that is down to him turning down a new contract. But we'll wait and see. Another bit of news, significant news, and maybe not transfers you like to hear, but kind of what we anticipated. Harry Maguire, officially named as the new club captain of Manchester United, only 5 months after joining the club initially from Leicester for £80 million. Ollie this morning chatting to the press had a lot to say about this, going, Harry is wearing the captain's armband and he will keep wearing it. He's been a leader in the group. I've been not surprised but impressed by his leadership skills, so he will continue to wear the armband. He's come in and everything about him tells me he's a leader. He's part of a group that we've had that have been leading this young group. Ashley has been David, Marcus, Harry. So Harry will keep on wearing the armband. Let me know what you guys are thinking as well. Again, making Harry Maguire captain probably indicates that Paul Pogba won't be part of the United setup come the summer. He was United captain under Jose and obviously relinquished of that captaincy. Ashley Young was given the club captaincy, and now that Young, which we will be covering later today, has completed his move to Inter Milan, all but completed his move. Should tell you all you need to know that Paul Pogba isn't even being considered in the captain's armband race. Same with David De Gea as well. I would have thought David De Gea would have been maybe a more logical choice, just in the fact that, he's been there, I believe, longer than any United player, bar Phil Jones, I want to say. So, yeah, David De Gea not being made captain either, a telling sign that, we'd always thought that Harry Maguire was going to be catapulted into this leadership role at United, and that there would be a lot of weight placed on his shoulders. I think there was always going to be weight placed on his shoulders with the price tag. But let me know what you guys are thinking. Harry Maguire, is he the right man? Is he the right mould for a captain we need going forward to replace the man who, as I just previously said, is on his way out of the club, and that being Ashley Young, who Fabrizio Romano, the always reliable Fabrizio Romano with the old school "here we go" tweet last night. £1.3 million, €1.5 million to Inter Milan, and it's not really a shock. A lot of people will be happy to see him go. A lot of people have kind of said, well, we need the bodies, why are we selling him now? Personally, I don't see any point in keeping him, to be honest, if you do have a fit Diogo Dalot. But obviously this is going to divide opinion. Let me know what you guys are thinking in the comments as well, and smash a like on the video as well. 2-year contract, I believe it is meant to be. And can you really blame Ashley Young for taking a deal from Inter Milan, top of Serie A, I believe? I don't know what Conte's smoking out in Milan, because I read somewhere this morning that Victor Moses as well linked with Antonio Conte. He's got his weird favourites, does Conte anyway. But Ashley Young, allegedly it was a phone call from Big Rom himself that kind of swayed Ashley Young to join Inter Milan. Probably not ideal. Say what you want about Ashley Young on the pitch, but having your club captain leaving in the middle of the season probably isn't the most ideal situation. In a changing room lacking significant leaders or individuals with maybe what you consider a strong character. Ashley Young was, for what we know, a leader in that dressing room, a player that, a person that players looked up to. And yeah, again, say what you want. It's, in my opinion, it's not ideal. Get your questions in as well. Hit me up. What are you thinking transfer stuff? What are we saying? Nicky Essien saying Rashford captain. I think it's a bit early, to be honest. Let him just have a season there where he's banging them in. Too early to be called captain. Manny Viella says, why all the negativity? Bruno is mint and we are buying him. Some good news, and Ollie has dumped Young. The list of Deadwood has gone, is getting bigger. I personally, I can't even hide. I'm one of the ones who, I even said on the podcast yesterday, which of course you can check out on the channel, that there's something, not fully convincing me yet on the Bruno Fernandes deal. Not the fact that it'll get done or not. I think it's all but a foregone conclusion at this stage, but more of the fact of whether he's the right, player to bring us that next step, that Pogba replacement. Call me, a skeptic, but players coming out of the Portuguese league are so, very hit and miss. For every Di Maria you hear about, there's always a Gaetan or so on and so forth. Like, there's no doubt in the numbers that Bruno Fernandes is putting up, and I don't think we're in a position to turn down a player of his ability when we're lacking so much in midfield. I think 60 million, I believe, what we've read is that United have offered 50 million plus 20 to 30 million in proposed bonuses. Sporting wants 65 million plus, I believe, a player on loan. That player believed to be Marcus Rojo. But I think for 60 million plus add-ons, that's probably where he is in this market now at this stage, with the numbers he's been putting up, not for one season, but for two, and in Europe as well. What else we got going on in here? If it wasn't for our current club depth, everyone would welcome Young going. Yeah, completely agree as well. I think Ashley Young really was shown not to be a first choice right back last season. I've said before, maybe a victim of his own success in a weird way. The fact he filled in at that right back role, did such a pretty good job for a long time. But again, the club just rested all the weight of shutting down the right channel on a 33-year-old Ashley Young shoulders. And unfortunately for him, he just wasn't cut out for it at that age. Don't get me wrong, great servant, but a player who essentially is, he's leaving the club midway through the season, where we kind of need all the bodies we get. Although, like I said, I don't believe we really need him. Super chat here from Jamie Voss. We should sign Calvin Phillips from Leeds. Yeah, a lot of people have been shouting out for Calvin Phillips. He's been doing his thing in the Championship for the past 2 seasons now. Became a starter under Bielsa at Leeds. I think it's a matter of time before he gets a big move to the Prem. I cannot see any movement coming out of Leeds, really. in this January window anyway. I think they're top of the Championship, and surely they can't bottle it again, but you never know. They are Leeds. Wouldn't put it past them. Let's see what we have as well. When you Manny Viela also saying, when you see Bruno play, you'll understand that he is a tremendous player. I can't even lie to you that I've not seen a lot of Bruno play domestically in the Portuguese league. Only time I have seen him play would be for Portugal in the Nations League and other European qualification. Whether that, it's probably not enough to make your mind up about a player. But his numbers speak for themselves, to be fair. But as I said, a step up from the Portuguese league, but we're not in a position to turn them down. Let's see. Ander Pereira saying, this guy's boring. Cheers, mate. Love you. Sean Phillips saying, I really like Samara. Again, Samari's not a player I've seen a lot of, but Sky have been on that bandwagon that it's either us or Chelsea that are going to be in for him. It's hard to see where he'd fit into that Chelsea midfield, especially with Kante and Kovacic and Jorginho being pretty solid this season. One of the most consistent players, or three of the most consistent players for Lampard this season. That leaves us, but I don't think you can have any faith in us completing a transfer. No one does as well. Conrad Zajac saying, Ethan Laird is ready to step up and take Young's place. Better player as well. Yeah, Ethan Laird it's weird. Ethan Laird was seen as the right back to come up from the youth academy and make that step up to the first team ahead of someone like Brandon Williams. Obviously, I know Laird a right back, Williams a left back. But I think it's just injuries that have hampered him. He played pretty well against Astana when he featured, getting forward a lot. And it does offer that something different as well compared to Wan-Bissaka, who, as we know, as fantastic as he is as a defender, and I will say till the end of days that I do believe he's the best defensive right back in the league. All you Liverpool fans in the comments, as many yous as there are, will probably hate me for that, but he is the best right back defensively in the league. But yeah, Ethan Laird hopefully does get his opportunity as the Europa League progresses and the squad gets thinner and thinner, because Diogo Dalot hasn't kicked a ball this season, really, has he? And you've just got Wan-Bissaka, who can only play so many amount of games. And who's going to be next to fill the void there? It has to be Ethan Laird, ready to step up. What else we got here? You reckon we will get Bruno, says Mapper, and all eyes on the match tonight? 100%. That deal looks all but done now. All the right people, all the right Twitter accounts, no ITKs, no Twitter, Reddits, all that. It seems to be that the deal is all but wrapped up at this stage. And as I said, expect probably an official announcement in the next few hours anyway. But look, we're going to wrap it up there anyway. Like I said, there's not much to go on yet on the Bruno stuff until there's an official announcement made. Harry Maguire as the new club captain. Let me know what you guys are thinking about that in the comments down below. Smash a like on the video, and remember, we will be going live for a watch along for the Liverpool game on Sunday, going live for team news at about 3:30, the watch along at 4:30, and a review thereafter. Like I said, like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, Twitter, all that good stuff, and we'll see you next time. Cheers.